August 3rd. 80 degrees out right now. It was literally like 86 when I was at lunch, so that's great. But basically, I've been told to approve something, and I still haven't approved it because I haven't had time to review it, and I don't want to like rubber stamp it. Like just like click approve without reviewing it. Now people are like coming after me and stuff and telling me like, oh, approve it. The two of them, since they're now like their own little special group, I guess, they made a survey for like this different softwares and stuff that people in the company use based on their department and stuff like that. And yeah, and it's funny because it's like a Google form, but it could be, you know, seen as like phishing or something like that. But I didn't see it. I didn't think it was like phishing or anything like that, so I just clicked the link. But it wasn't a phishing email. But then the girl who sent the form replied to the email, and she's all like, I've been getting questions, but this is like a real, like a legit survey, so please fill it out. And then I chat her and I'm like, that's what a scammer would say. It's 2 o'clock. I just got to my car for lunch. Basically, we had stuff I was building that the customer is coming to pick it up today at 3 o'clock, and everything was not built and all that stuff. So yeah, so I had to hang out with the operator and watch them build it, and yeah, and if I'm not there and they're stuck building it and stuff, and they don't know how to build it, then the line is stopped completely. So I had to stick around. So yeah, so getting to lunch now at 2 o'clock. And the operator said that the operator said they were going on break, and then I'm like, oh, like if you're going on break, then I'm going on lunch. So yeah, but we have 3 out of 4 built, so we have 1 more to build. I think the operator's gonna be fine building without me, but the junior PM is gonna, well, she's actually not a junior PM anymore as of Tuesday, but she is gonna go in like 15 minutes or so, check on the operator and stuff and see if things are moving. And then I'm like, okay, like when you check on them, like check on the operator and see if they're okay building, and if they're not okay building, then chat me and I guess I'll come back. But we will see. One of my coworkers who I'm like closest with, I was like working on something with him, and then he told me that he got back inside the building from lunch, and then he like passed out, like blacked out on the table. Like, oh my gosh. And I thought he was kidding, but like it is hot out. And yeah, and then he left early because he went to go to like urgent care just to make sure everything's okay and stuff. And then I was like walking him out, and then he showed me like he like recreated and like explained like exactly what happened, and just that's scary. But I hope he's okay. And something happened at work related to something he does, but I didn't want to tell him because I don't want to tell him that and yeah, put a damper on his mood, and yeah, so I'll tell him tomorrow unless the operator tells him tomorrow first. But yeah, this lighting is awful. Also yesterday, people were coming after me because basically there's like a system we have that like certain people in the team have to approve whenever there's like a new release, I guess, or a change and stuff like that. And yeah, and then somebody had emailed me and they're like, oh, like review this please, and I didn't review it because I didn't have time for it. So yeah, and then on Thursday they chatted me and they're like, oh, can you review this please? And then on Friday they chatted again, like end of day. Monday was a holiday, and Tuesday they chatted me again, and then this time I was actually, before they chatted me, I was actually reading and reviewing it, but like I noticed things needed to be changed, so I chatted them back and I'm like, oh, like I'm actually working on an email right now about it, I can't approve it. So that was a doc control lady, but then there's this other doc control, I think, guy, and so he chatted me, and then he's like, oh, can you review and approve this? The same one. And then like the same thing. And this was like a couple hours later from when that lady had chatted me. And so I was in like meetings and stuff in the morning, so I didn't have time to finish crafting out my email because I had a meeting 9:30 to 10 and then a different one like 10:45 or something like that. So then after I finished my meetings and then I got to my desk, then I chatted that guy back and I'm like, oh, I'm crafting up an email right now about it. I can't approve it yet until changes are made. And then he chats back and he's like, are the changes minor? Because I have another one I need to get released, and if they're not minor, then I'll have to put that one on hold and then release the new one. Then I'm like, oh yeah, like it's pretty minor. Somebody just has to like update the document. And then he's like, okay. So yeah. And then I check my email, and then this quality manager, I think is his title, emailed me, and he's like, can you approve this? So people are just like, you know, just constantly coming at me to review and approve this thing. Yeah. And then I'm like, what? Like, why did you email me that? And then he's like, oh, this guy who's like the head of marketing or something like that, came over here and couldn't find you. So then he asked me to email you. So yeah, but then I sent my email with the changes I needed to get made, and then nobody's asking me about it anymore. So yeah, it's 81 right now, but yeah, today has been all right. This morning I had my meeting 8:30 to 9. That's fine. And then my whole schedule for today was like clear, so I'm like, oh, like today's a no meeting day, so great. But then somebody put a meeting on my schedule for 11 o'clock. So yeah. And then she's like, and then she comes up to me after my morning meeting at like maybe like 9, 10 or 15 or something like that. And then she's like, are you gonna go to the meeting? Because if you are not, then they're gonna come here. And then I'm like, okay, I'll go to the meeting then. Because I don't want these people coming here. So yeah. And then she's like, okay, I'll tell them that you're coming. So yeah. And then she chats me like 15 minutes later and she's like, actually they want to come. Like, what? I was gonna go to the meeting, but yeah. They're still coming? Like, what? But yeah. So yeah. So they're gonna come at 11. And then I wanted to talk to somebody else about something. So then I made a meeting with them and I booked a conference room. But then that conference room, I went to it and then there was somebody in there. So the customer was in there because I guess people from my company book conference rooms for when the customer comes, this one specific customer, so that they have like a space to work, because I guess it's not productive in their hotel room. I don't know. But yeah, so then I'm like, oh my gosh, like, yeah. So then I went to go find the girl I'm friends with, and yeah, and then I'm like, oh, the conference room's taken. And then she's like, oh, we can probably find one, but I looked and all the rooms were booked. So I'm like, I don't know, but we still went and looked, and then we found one. And then we were in there and somebody had already booked it from 10 to 11. So then I'm like, oh, like, they're probably gonna come. But they didn't come till 10:30. So then we left at 10:30. But yeah. And so the customer came at 11 o'clock, and then I was talking to this girl and stuff at like 10:55 because I was on my way to the conference room to meet with the customer and stuff. And then yeah. But then as I was talking to her and stuff, I'm like, okay, like I'm gonna have to go at like 10. I'm gonna have to go at like 11 o'clock because, you know, that's when the customer's here. But then it hits like 10 o'clock, and then the PM of that customer, well, she was chatting me at like 58 and 59 saying, oh, we're in this conference room instead of this one that I booked because the one I booked is busy. But yeah, and then she came over to the desk area, and I don't know if she knew that I was there or something, or I don't know. But then I was like, yeah, I'm coming. And then she's like, oh yeah, the customer also wants to see this, so if you can grab that. And I'm like, okay, I'll grab it. And then I went to grab it, but then I was also trying to try things out, and good thing I did try them out. I was trying to fit something into an enclosure and it didn't fit, so I was able to tell the customer when they were here that it didn't fit. But yeah, but we took them on the floor and they looked, and yeah, and then they left at probably like 12 or so they were here for like an hour, I think, and then they left, and then yeah, and then this guy who's the quality of a couple of my accounts pulled, after the customer left, he pulled me, the PM, and the planner into a conference room, and then we're just like what? And then he's like, don't be like surprised or anything, but tomorrow is my last day. And then the planner was all like, you're telling us to not be surprised, but like that is a surprise. Which is funny because it is. But yeah, and then now my afternoon is hopefully clear, but like I don't really know because people like to throw meetings on me and stuff like that. And yeah, also yesterday, so what happened was I was working with this guy on something, and then he's like suddenly is randomly all like, oh, I got back from lunch and then I blacked out. And then I'm like, what? Like, you're kidding. And then he's like, no, I'm not kidding. And I'm like, what? And he's like, I was walking in and then I turned and then I woke up and I was flat on the table. Like, oh my gosh. And then I'm like, wait, like nobody saw you? And he's like, no, nobody saw, but then I saw this one guy nearby and then I told him to come help me. That's so scary. He left work early yesterday and then went to urgent care, and then I texted him last night asking him how it went, and he didn't answer. Rude. But yeah, and then I asked him today, and then he said everything was good, so he doesn't have like a stroke or anything like that. So yeah, just kind of scary. Yeah.